Hey, what's up, guys? Little man with a big opinion here. So, today's prepping video, mostly opinion based. It has a little bit of merit in my coin videos that I do, and a little bit of merit. I fiddled around with stock market videos for a little bit, but I kind of decided I would keep that level of my personal finances to myself. So, if you have been subscribed to my channel for a while, I make prepping videos. That's what I started with on YouTube. Um, you know, it part of my lifestyle, part of who I am. And then I started uploading coin videos as well because it is a hobby that I greatly enjoy, and all of the coins that I purchase it's technically part of a retirement. They will appreciate over time, but a portion of the coins that are purchased also fall into the category of preps. And so part of this video, the simple answer is gold and silver have been a storage of wealth for over 5,000 years. The Egyptians used gold, the Romans, the Greeks, the Aztecs, the Incas, they've all used gold and silver, whether it's for currency or, big bank vaults where full kingdoms and empires would store this amassed wealth. Humans have, been drawn to this metal for a very long time. And in modern times, it has still been a storage of wealth. It has been a hedge against inflation because silver and gold tend to go up against the value of the dollar in U.S. terms, and that's based off of the strength of the dollar compared to our economy. How the faith of the U.S. economy, our GDP, and the dollar. So that's why they switched off of the gold standard in the 30s and got rid of silver altogether in 1964. Now the American Silver Eagle is almost just like a tradition at this point, because you can spend it as a dollar, but in recent years they've been worth between $20 and $30 based off of silver value and the numismatic value of it as well. And so on the coin side of the silver that I've collected, at any point when a society falls apart, you go through different stages of rebuilding and different stages of, regression. And so one of the first forms of paying for goods and services that will most likely disappear is your credit card and debit card, and your funds inside of a stock market, because internet access is down, databases are down that say how much you have in this account. And that's why preppers say, you should always have, I've seen people say $500, $1,000, 3 months worth of cash on hand at all times. Because in the digital world, for your area, physical cash, let's say physical cash is only $1 million, but the people in your area have $3 million worth of, currency stored away inside of a bank or an institution. Everyone runs to that because internet, electricity is down, and you can only access a third of your money if you're lucky. Same thing with silver and gold. So going down the list, your credit cards and your debit cards you lose access to that first. Then you lose access to cash or fiat currency next, as people realize that it's a piece of paper that we all agreed it was worth something, but now we think our food, firearms, medical supplies, preps in general, are worth more than a piece of paper that you don't know how long it'll be worth something. And then that's when you get to the point at the currency level of silver and gold. Now, I've heard many preppers, say you can't eat gold. There was a Doomsday Prepper episode, older TV show. I was probably in my mid-teens when that came out. And there was someone on there that had amassed several $100,000 worth of gold, not too much on the prepping side, and he just kind of thought he would become a lord, a duke, someone that had a lot of wealth that could pay people to protect him, pay people to feed him, and that was his plan. It's a good plan as long as people still think gold is worth something. Same thing with silver. So, like I said, some preppers say you can't eat it, and so you should put your money and resources into, beans, bullets, and bacon, stuff like that. Or I think I've heard beans, bullets, and books before. But, preppers are, a lot of the general consensus is with a societal collapse, the world, say EMP hit, we'd roughly go back to mid-1800s. We still have smart people that know how to make stuff, and it would take a very long time to rebuild. I think silver and gold will hold on a lot longer within our, the next step down is bartering. Trading your skill or goods for another skill or goods. And the currency is, the food preps, the ammo preps, the medical supplies, and that kind of thing. And each individual person, it's almost like going to a pawn shop. You could sell one bottle of aspirin to someone for, a chicken, but the next guy gets it for a couple dozen eggs. And so there's not a set standard for the barter system. But I bring you in. I have most of my coins with me because I was at school. I was putting them in card flips and sorting through them. But at all times, in either my glove box or I'm wearing a vest today because it was chilly, I keep this little sack of silver with me. It's got a nice ring to it. It makes me feel, back in the medieval times where you had your coin purse with you. And the items in here are various constitutional silver. And I'll explain, the importance of having constitutional silver in a second. But it's roughly $100 worth of constitutional silver. And as long as people see value in this, there's probably 30 different pieces within this container. So the largest having $15 worth of silver and the smallest having, the largest is a 1 ounce round. So having $25 or $30 and the smallest having maybe a $1.50. And so this is something that can be traded, and it's kind of like the idea of keeping cash on hand, whether some people say it's 1,000, some people say 3 months. I say to cover a, minor expense. The deductible on my car, if I got into an accident, $500. A copay for my ER visit, $250. Say I had to take my dog to the vet. Hopefully it's not more than $500. But you get the point. I like having coins because, it's a hobby. The silver has value in it. And I think it's, I do keep cash with me, roughly $100 worth at all times. And I have a little bit more cash at home. I don't keep it all in one place. So that's another point is for this emergency fund, say you have $2,000, because that's a month of your expenses. You don't want it all in your wallet. Your wallet could get stolen. You want a few hundred, inside of your glove box, a couple hundred in your pocket, and then split the rest up in 2 or 3 places inside of your house. But not all of my silver is geared towards prepping. So, for instance, this guy, I gotta sneeze. Alright, so this guy is a $70 coin. I got it at a pawn shop. I gave the guy $200. I said, surprise me. And this was part of the surprise. It has more numismatist value than silver value. The silver value is 1 ounce, and silver's trading at like $25. So this would be one of the last things to go. But, I would sacrifice a piece of metal for food. Same thing with this Morgan silver dollar. It's a very good looking one. It was graded. It's from 1887, and it's worth more to coin collectors than its silver value. But stuff like this, just generic silver. I'm starting to fill up another dime holder. A full one of these, about $100. And so I'm about a third of the way there. So I got $30 right here in this small container. One of them was actually a Philippine silver coin that I got as a tip from work, just from the change of it. And then inside this bag, I will pause the camera and pull out some pieces for you real quick. So the largest inside that container, 1 ounce of silver. This does have a bit of premium because it's a silver stacker that I watch on YouTube and it's a personal round. But $25 right there. Going down the denominations, of course it's got to be on the bottom. Another Morgan dollar. This one I normally keep in my pocket for, good luck. But about $20 right here. Going further down the list, this is some Mexican silver. The silver content's only like 20 or 30%, so in this size of coin, maybe $10. Then I have 2 half-dollars. I got a Kennedy 64 and a Walking Liberty. Now, the Walking Liberty has a little bit more value because it's older, but roughly speaking, $8, $9 there. Then you move down. I got a little baggie of quarters. Each of them are worth $6. And then lastly, I find these in my coin roll hunts fairly often. Are the Silver War nickels, 35% silver. They're worth about $1.10. And so inside of this bag is similarly to what people would have in cash in their wallet. You don't want to have, 12 $100 bills. You want to have a couple of hundreds, a couple of 50s, 20, 10s, 5s, that kind of thing. And so the idea of this is I don't have to break down large quantities of silver. I mean, this nickel, you know, could buy you a drink, maybe. Maybe you have to spend a quarter. I don't know. Um, like I said before, silver and gold. I only have a little bit of gold, but it's in a lockbox at home. It will have value as long as, you know, the society after whatever happens deems it to have value. But I have a lot of confidence in it because we have interacted with the metal for thousands of years and it hasn't gone away. It's still been a storage of wealth. And here recently, you know, the idea of a hedge against inflation. And so, how I talked about that regress of digital, you know, credit card, debit card, cash, gold, silver, bartering, in a society that is rebuilding, we will most likely progress in the same manner. So, we will, after barter and trade, you know, we want a little bit more solid of amounts for things. So then we'll go back to gold, silver, maybe copper or platinum or some sort of metal to make another currency. Then we'd probably move up to paper bills. And then at the end, maybe get back to a digital society. But that's what I have on that. I store silver as an investment. A lot of the coins are fun to collect and just it's a hobby. It ties into prepping. That's why I made this video. And at the end, like the video if you yourself found it helpful, informative, or entertaining. There's nothing really to laugh about in this one, so I don't know about the entertaining part. Subscribe to the channel if you like what I'm doing and you want to see more of it. And then lastly, and I would say this is the most important, share the video with your friends or family if you feel like they would benefit from this. If you feel like they would learn something, whether it's informative, helpful for a skill that they're developing, maybe I'd say something in a different way that they would understand better, or, you know, just share it to spread the word. And I got nothing else for you, so I'll see you in the next one.